Scarecrow.
Go to hell!
Where is he?
I got nothing to say to you, Batman.
Talk, or I'll crush every bone in your body.
Okay. He's working out of a penthouse in Chinatown. I swear that's all I know.
If you're lying, I'll break the other one.
The other one. Ah!
Well, hello everybody, and welcome to Rob's Arcade. I'm your host as always, Rob French. Special hello to all my subscribers out there, my Gothamites.
Check the chemical analysis I've just uploaded.
Sure. Is this what I think it is?
Today's a very cool episode of Rob's Arcade. This is actually part 2.
Sample.
You're not kidding.
My tribute to Batman for Batman Day. It is
What are you going to do?
Scarecrow's got
Saturday
a
the
safe house nearby.
18th.
I'm going to
It's like the
bring in
3rd
Let's hope this is the break
September
we've been waiting for.
the third Saturday in September is Batman Day. So I figured I would hang out with you guys here in Gotham City, play a little Batman,
This
and
is
talk
the
a
place.
little Batman
I should check the penthouse on the top floor.
with you guys.
He's tailing us.
Put your foot down, go!
How long do we keep her in there? Until we get the order to gas her.
Do your worst. The boredom is killing me.
Oh, don't worry. You'll get what's coming to you when we're good and ready. Why do we have to wait? We can give her a dose now. Be my
Oh,
guest.
cool.
Tell Scarecrow was your idea. I was just joking. Didn't sound like a joke. What, you think I wanted to know I was going against orders? Have you seen him? Yeah, up close. He's done something to his face,
Very
hasn't
cool. You
he?
can do like a glide kick in the window. Very awesome. Alright, yeah, so this is the second part here of my little tribute to Batman on Batman Day.
Really?
He's always been one of my favorite characters.
Figured he should look the part.
And
There we go. Clear out!
oh, very cool. Oh, that's really awesome right there. And this is one of the reasons why I love Batman. He knows how to make an entrance. He's got some very cool
Look
gadgets.
who it is. You should really review your security. Something tells me this one.
Hand-to-hand combat. Can't really stop this guy.
Well, that's made things a little more interesting.
Oh, they got some Poison Ivy action. Another reason why I've always liked Batman is because of his rogues.
Were you expecting to find me,
Scarecrow, Poison
Batman? I'm
Ivy.
afraid I must disappoint you. Take a look at the chamber. I want you to know the fear that is coming.
Listen up, Bat Freak. We're walking out of here, nice and slow.
This is all very cool. I've explored this game before. I don't think I've explored any of this. I'm actually getting kind of caught up in some of this right here.
But only one of
don't-
us
I
is
don't
getting out
recall.
of this cell.
I could be wrong.
No! No! No!
Like the first time I played this game, I was like dealing with like a murder or something. I don't know.
Nothing like a little natural immunity.
But if you missed out on my first, I'm just going to give you my first video a quick little rehash. Started collecting comic books, and when my appendix burst, my uncle got me some really cool Batman comics in the gift shop, and those just really stuck. I had my first experience with Batman was on the big screen with Michael Keaton, and I think
What
that's
are you doing here?
not my first, but the
Why did
first one that
Scarecrow
really
lock you up?
sparked my
No, hello.
interest. Wow, yeah, no, really. you
Tell
can't-
me.
That's what you're on your mind right now, is Scarecrow. Jeez.
And
Batman.
what if I don't want to?
Then I burn
You know, there was the
every
Justice
plant in
League,
Gotham.
Super Friends show.
It started with a meeting.
What
But I don't. I
meeting?
feel like
Everyone was there.
Green
Penguin,
Lantern was my
Two-Face, Riddler,
favorite on the
even
Justice
poor
League.
Harley.
And of course, we had
Scarecrow
my
setting up
parents
a plan.
used to
That together we could take
watch
you out,
the
and
Adam
Gotham
West
would be
movie
ours.
and series with
Over
my
my
sister and
dead
I.
body.
there was
I
that.
believe that was
but,
the idea.
The Tim Burton
I told him that I wasn't interested
live action
in his
film was
pathetic
probably
human
the
games.
first
And when I came
Batman
to, I was
medium
locked
that really
up
like
in that
sparked
room.
my interest in, was like really
It's such a shame that his
pulled
vile
me
toxin
into
has
the
no effect
character.
on me.
And then once my uncle picked up a few comics,
Nature always wins.
I really fell into the character. There was also the animated series,
Will he
which
ever
before I
learn?
started even reading the comic books, a lot of times the animated series was a great way to just get a daily dose of Batman
You're
and
coming with me.
his different rogues and all of
You
that.
only had to ask. What's wrong?
Throughout the years, the animated series had
Go, go, go!
a few different
Got the target, sir. He's cornered. Don't move.
Are you sure it's him?
Confirmed. It's Batman.
the animated series had a few reboots. There's been a few different variations of the animated series throughout the years.
This would be tough. All it took was one. Thanks. And we brought an army.
What I do, press. Okay, and then release. Oh, there we go. Oh, very cool. Again, this is why I love this guy, man.
60mm cannon operational.
You got a big gun, I got a big gun too, baby.
Riot suppressor engaged.
I'm pressing the buttons, I don't know if I'm really doing anything.
Batman, I've spotted 6 more unmanned tanks moving through Chinatown. We'll be there any second.
Whoa. Where am I going? Oh, they'll be here any second. Okay. Oh, one behind me too? Oh, they're all over the place. Okay. No worries. Oh. Alfred, help! Dun, 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 dun.
We need to leave.
But yeah, there's been
master
quite a
of
few variations on the
understatement
animated
as ever.
series, and then of course different movies over the years. And I've never been
I need to know
disappointed
where those tanks are coming from.
I'm
with
tracking
any of it.
several transport helicopters moving into the city.
I know a lot of people
There are more on the way.
will argue and say, "Oh, this is my
Activate the
Batman. That's
Batmobile
not my
weapon
Batman."
diagnostics.
I kind of feel like it's the same,
Time to go to war.
the same philosophy that you would have with the president. You know, like, "Oh, Ben Affleck is not my Batman." Michael Keaton is my Batman. Well, you know what? Batman is whoever Warner Brothers says Batman is at the moment, and if they say that's who Batman is, well then guess what? That's who Batman is. What is this here? Start challenge. I don't know if I want to do a challenge or not. Trying to keep kind of things low key and just kind of talk to you guys about the Batman. I'd like to hear
I think he may be breaking out the weed killer.
you know, some of your moments memories of Batman, maybe your first experiences with the character, down in the comment section below. That'd be
pulling this on Halloween.
that's always
Sense of humor after all.
that's always nice. A lot of people don't know this. Batman didn't actually get his start in actually like Batman comics. I mean, you know, Batman #1 was a huge monumental issue. It gave us characters like the Joker and Catwoman. But Batman actually got his start in Detective Comics #27, and it was just one of those characters that, you know, they were just trying new things and, you know, new ideas, and they were just like looking for, DC was looking for a new hero, and Bob Kane, taking a lot of inspiration from Leonardo da Vinci, decided to kind of come up with this character, and it's amazing how he's endured over the years and survived different variations and you know, films and animated series and comic books, and there's been campy Batman and there's been dark Batman, and you know, Batman Forever and Batman and Robin again were kind of seen as like some, not the best Batman films, but I've got a new appreciation for those films because, you know, they were never my favorite books. That was a cool move right there. But I mean, my favorite books, my favorite movies, because they were just too bright and too goofy and just weird. But they were, I think, more of a take on the Adam West series. And so, like, even over the years, as like, you know, different variations of the films and the movies have come out, and they haven't been, you know, received as well by like the public and critics, I still look at them now and I kind of understand more, I think, of what the creators were going for. And I find myself like as cheesy as like Batman Forever and Batman and Robin and these other films were. I think what the director was going for, and I really enjoy those. Like those are some of my favorite films to watch. My wife really enjoys those versions of the film. Like for my wife, you know, like sometimes the cheesier and the campier, you know, the better when it comes to that kind of stuff.
You're going down, Batman.
Oh, that's. Yeah, that's a big punk. Oh, can I suppose she'd like the grappling hook at this guy.
The bat's been in control for too long. It's about time we turn the tables on that freak. It's the freaking bat! Look out! It's Batman!
Is that just gonna come after me? Oh shoot, he is.
I'll slow you down.
I keep hitting the call the Batman button thing is gonna do something here. Oh, that's what I wanted to do. Oh, very cool. I'm sorry, I'm still just trying to get used to some of this right here. This is all, I definitely need to play some more of this game. This is a lot of
Things are gonna
fun.
change when Batman's gone. Those super freaks don't know what they're in for. Penguin, Two-Face, Riddler, Harley, all of them. Back before Batman, we didn't need to hide behind nut jobs like that. And
Also, I think he's mentioning all these bad guys right now, and it's kind of making me think of something else about the Batman that I love, and it's the fact that his villains are like freaking no nonsense. You know, like I never feel like,
you gotta hand it to Scarecrow. He's given us the keys to the whole city.
like Doc Ock is going to ever actually kill anybody, you know. But like the Joker and
Any last friends, man? You better make them.
what the heck? Crazy.
Falcon's free to control. Flight in progress, over. If they were smart, they'd run. There's a fight going on over there. Falcon 5 to control. The car just transformed. Possible enemy engagement. Over.
Yeah, what's up, punks? But yeah, the stakes that oh, I guess I gotta do this right here. This is kind of like the next step right here. The stakes that the villains in the Batman stories took, just really blew me away. Like, they, you know, the Joker, I felt like, you know, would actually, you know, quite possibly gonna, you know, he would kill you. You know, he would just do it and laugh and just do it for a joke. You know, like a villain in Spider-Man might accidentally, you know, kill somebody and then feel bad about it. Magneto might accidentally take a life, and then he's gonna feel guilty about it later. You know, characters like the like Two-Face and even Man-Bat. You know who Man-Bat is? Look it up. And some of these characters, like, they will have like no qualms about taking a life, and it's sometimes like taking a life is part of their grand scheme. You know, again, you know, a villain in some of these Marvel stories, you know, will take a life, and it's ultimately just an accident, not something that wasn't seen to, and the Joker will actually, like, you know, make sure that Robin's death is part of his grand scheme of things, and work that into his master plan. And that, to me, some might argue is like, you know, well, where does that fit into something like comic books, where it's supposed to be, you know, stories for children and young boys growing up? Well, in my opinion, to me, that just ups the stakes, you know, and it makes, you know, the story all the more scary. I mean, yeah, sure, if Batman's going up against a guy who is just robbing a building or a bank or, you know, apartment or whatever, and you know he's not going to hurt anybody, it's cool, but where are the stakes at, you know? And when you know he's up against some guys who are going to absolutely kill him, or wants to kill him, that just makes his story all the more dramatic. That makes any sense. I'm just going to walk through the streets of Gotham.
We should find Penguin.
Got the dust raincoat. This kind of reminds me a lot of the look that they went for in like the Dark Knight series, which is one of my favorite. You know, it's like, again, like there hasn't been a lot of Batman where it's like, oh, I don't like this, I don't like that. I remember when Ben Affleck was, you know, rumored to have the part was like, what? I was like, I don't want that. Same thing with Robert Patterson. I'm like, what? No. But then I actually watch and see what comes out, and I'm like, oh man, this looks so good. This looks so cool.
Guess we got him scared.
But the Chris Nolan vision that he had for Batman was really cool, and it was one of those that took me a little bit. Like, I remember actually like being in the theater, seeing the movie opening night, and having to deal with that awful tragedy of the shootings and everything that happened with the release of the movie, and all the people that got hurt and killed in that awful theater shooting. But I wasn't overall happy with the film itself, and I felt like I'm talking about Dark Knight Rises, and I just felt like there was just so much going on, and I was like, man, this is like, what the heck am I even watching right now? And it wasn't until I got home and actually started like looking at my collection of comics and stories and graphic novels that I started to realize, like, you know, Chris Nolan actually put a lot of information into this one film. This head right here kind of reminds me of this statue. You kind of see something like this in the Batman Forever movies. It's kind of cool, like Batman and Robin, Batman Forever. I think it's like part of like the train thing there. Yeah, these little statue guys here that you see all around. Very cool, very neat. Let's go over here by the lighthouse.
What's with all the rain?
Exactly.
Suddenly Penguin don't look so stupid with that umbrella.
Because it rains all the time in Gotham, just like in Florida, only it's not as pretty. In Gotham City. Hold on, guys. I'm gonna mute you for 1 second. I gotta go check something out. Just give me 1 second here.
This is more like it. Gotham went to sleep after Joker died. Batman's got a tank? That's cheating! Finally, Gotham belongs to the right people. No way we're giving it back. Evacuate? Screw that.
Alright, sorry about that, guys.
Scarecrow
I'm back. I'm back. So yeah, gosh, what was I talking about? Oh yeah, the Chris Nolan vision of Batman
Evacuation.
is one of my favorites,
Batman will take care of
and
Scarecrow.
he is such a great
Everybody's stuff.
director, and that's typically, I feel like, not his bag, like the comic book movies. But he did a great job of taking that movie and making it real. And I always feel like that's kind of how like Batman works for me, and that's why I like the comics so much, and why I like the books and the stories so much, because you can kind of take Batman, this guy in this costume, out of the stories and just have this like this gritty city, and these like cops and these crazy villains and these crazy bad guys, and it's just something about it that I think it just pulls me in. But then you have the Batman, and it's just absolutely, it's cohesive, it all comes together, and it's just this crazy idea that has just gotten better and better over the years. Like I said, there's not really an example of Batman that I don't appreciate and I don't like, because I feel like it's all parts of the steps to get where we are today. This really cool character. I've been spending all day, I'm spending all weekend like reading comic books and reading his stories, because they are so good. And you know, DC, I think more than other, especially like Marvel, other companies, really tries to, as weird as it sounds, tries to make their stories as real as possible. And it's, you know, it's hard to do that with these extreme characters and these wild characters, but they somehow get it right, and they do it justice, and they do it just perfect. And it's, oh God, I can't even really put into words how wonderful it is. My timer's going off here. How wonderful it is to read a Batman comic when it's done well. And there's something about it that's different than any of the other comic books, even like characters like Iron Man who don't have superpowers, who also just wear a suit. You can't compare it to Batman's story. Oh yeah, there we go. Look at that. We're gonna end this shot right here, guys. Thank you so much for hanging out. I do want to hear like some of your stories and some of the things that you love about Batman. Maybe your first experience with the character. What was your first contact? Before I wrap up, I am going to share, like I said, it was Tim Burton's movie that kind of pulled me in and really sucked me into this character. And if you've ever seen the film, it starts off where it's kind of like traveling through a granite maze and through this crazy path, and it almost looks like you're going through a tunnel. And I remember being in the theater with my dad and my sister asking what that was, and my dad telling her that, you know, we're on our way, it's the way to the Batcave, we're on the way to the Batcave. And I'm looking at it and I can see exactly what it is, and I said, no, Dad, it's the bat symbol. And I remember him looking at me like, what the hell are you talking about? Like, no, they're going to the Batcave, they're going through a tunnel, it's clear they're going through the tunnel. I'm like, no, that's the bat signal. And they pull out, they do the pull out from the scene, and they kind of pan out from the big granite carving of the bat signal. And it was the camera weaving its way through the engraving of the bat symbol itself, the bat logo in the granite. And it was just that moment right there. That's when I connected with the character. And it was just that right, the movie hadn't even started and already they had me. Well, anyway, guys, I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to wrap this up. Thanks so much for hanging out. Make sure you tune in on Monday for the Monday show. I got some really cool information coming out. I'm going to be doing some free digital comic book giveaways coming up with each episode. So tune in on Monday to find out how that works out. And until next time, guys, don't spend that quarter anywhere else. Remember, it's not goodbye. It's simply to be continued. And I will see you guys next time. Go ahead and hit that like button, subscribe, comment down below, share the video. Let's get some more people in here, guys. Later.